Okay, let's just address the elephant in the room right up front. Stop guessing with your AI. We are diving into an incredibly useful explainer today, based on a fantastic tutorial by Darshaw over on FreeCodeCamp, all about evaluating AI agents using an LLM-as-a-Judge harness in Python. Look, right now, there is a massive and frankly totally flawed practice in the AI development world. It goes like this. You build an agent, you chat with it a few times, the answers vibe right, and boom, you just ship it. You're basically building on vibes alone. And honestly, that's incredibly dangerous.
Which leads us to a pretty critical question. Is your AI agent silently breaking? This is what developers call a silent regression. You know how it goes. You've built your agent, it's working great. But then you do something seemingly totally harmless. You tweak a system prompt, or maybe you swap out the underlying model for a slightly newer version, or you just add a brand new tool for it to use. And suddenly, something breaks. But it breaks quietly. It stops returning information exactly the way you wanted, or it just flat out starts ignoring your instructions. And because you don't have a structured way to actually test it, well, you don't even notice until it's out in the wild causing problems. So why is this so hard? The core of the problem really comes down to predictability. Think about regular traditional Python code. It's highly predictable, right? You put a specific input in, you get the exact same output back every single time. That means we can rely on standard unit tests to catch our errors. But AI agents, they're inherently unpredictable. Even with the exact same input, an agent can, and often will, behave differently across different runs. The reality is, AI doesn't get unit tests for free. Our standard testing methods just completely fall short when it comes to capturing these fuzzy, non-deterministic agent behaviors.
Section 1. The Paradigm Shift, Agent Evaluation. So we need a totally new approach here. Agent evaluation is essentially the AI equivalent of your traditional test suite. Now, its goal isn't to prove your agent is absolutely 100% perfect. It's strictly there to catch those silent regressions we just talked about. A truly useful eval setup relies on three core parts. Number 1, test cases. These are just fixed list of inputs alongside the behavior you expect to see. Number 2, checks. These are the actual functions that score the agent's output based on those inputs. And number 3, a summary. You need a definitive pass or fail count so you have a crystal clear metric of exactly how the agent performed.
Now, to make those checks actually work, we have to handle the unpredictability of the AI. And this is where it gets really fascinating. The crucial concept to grasp here is LLM-as-a-Judge. Since standard code assertions just can't easily check fuzzy concepts like, did the agent actually answer the user's specific question, we just ask a separate LLM to do it. Think of it like bringing in a second AI to grade the first AI's homework. The LLM-Judge reads the original input, it reads the agent's output, and then it scores it against a predefined rubric.
But actually, scratch that. The judge isn't working entirely alone. The real formula for a reliable agent is combining strict rule-based checks with that fuzzy LLM judge. Rule-based checks are your best friend because they're cheap, they're lightning fast, and they're deterministic. We're talking about things like simply checking if a specific keyword, like Paris, was in the output, or if the agent successfully triggered a specific tool. You use those hard rules for the predictable stuff, and then you layer on the nuanced logic of the LLM judge for the rest. Together, they create this incredibly robust testing environment.
Section 2. The Local Architecture. Total privacy, zero cost.
So how do we actually build this? Well, here is the exact step-by-step tech stack Darshaw uses to get this running locally. First, you install Ollama, which is amazing because it lets you run large language models right on your machine. Second, you pull the Qwen model. And in this specific setup, we actually use the same Qwen model to act as both the agent being tested and the judge doing the testing. We just use different prompts for each role. Third, you write the evaluation harness using Python and LangChain version 1. And finally, you just run the evals. The whole shebang works natively on macOS, Windows, and Linux. And honestly, here is the absolute best part of this whole setup. The cost is literally $0. Because both your agent and your judge are running entirely locally on your machine via Ollama, there are absolutely zero per-call API charges. I mean, you could run this evaluation suite 1,000 times a day as you're tweaking your code, and you won't pay a single cent to anyone.
Now, quick reality check though. We do need to acknowledge the hardware side of things. 32 gigabytes. That's the amount of RAM the author was using on his MacBook Pro to run the Qwen 3.54 billion parameter model smoothly. If you're sitting there right now with a lower memory machine, don't sweat it. You can absolutely still do this by pulling a smaller model from Ollama, like the Qwen 0.8 billion model.
Just keep in mind the author does note you'll likely see slightly noisier, less accurate judge scores when you step down to those smaller models.
Section 3. Building the eval harness, the core loop.
Okay, the most important mental model to grasp here is that the agent is an opaque box. What does that actually mean? It means we do not touch or change a single line of code inside the agent itself in order to test it. In the tutorial's example, the agent is given two simple tools, a current time tool and a word count tool. Our evaluation harness simply sits on the outside looking in. It passes an input into the box and it monitors what comes out, the final answer, and any tool calls it made. We never actually look under the hood of the agent itself.
So, knowing that, how do we structure a test case? A solid test case contains both those hard rules and a judge's prompt. First, you set an expected keyword. Say, we expect the output to contain the word Paris. Next, you set an expected tool. We assert the agent absolutely must call the word count tool. Those are your deterministic, rule-based checks. Then, you establish the judge rubric. This is the subjective criteria for the LLM. Something like, did the answer directly address the user's prompt?
Let's actually put this into motion. Here is what the execution loop for a single test case looks like. Step 1. The script runs the agent and collects the text answer plus any tools that were triggered. Step 2. It runs through our hard, rule-based assertions to make sure the basics are there. Step 3. It hands the original prompt, the agent's output, and our subjective rubric over to the LLM judge and asks for a score. In Step 4, it prints out a nice, clean summary.
Section 4. Testing and fixing agents, catching the silent failure.
So Darsh Shah ran this exact harness on a sample agent using 4 different test cases. And here are the results he got. 3 cases passed, 1 case failed. Now, why did it fail? Well, in that 4th test case, the user's instruction explicitly told the agent not to use any tools. But the agent failed the rule-based tool check, and the LLM judge gave it a failing score because, well, the agent just ignored the instruction and used a tool anyway.
And by the way, speaking of the LLM judge's score, it is absolutely vital to constrain it with a very specific prompt. Notice how we ask, does the answer meet the rubric? Reply with just yes or no. By explicitly forcing a strict binary score like this, we prevent the judging LLM from giving us some long, rambling conversational response. We don't want a paragraph of fuzzy thoughts. We want a definitive signal. It's either yes or it's no.
Okay, so our agent failed a test. It blatantly ignored a user instruction. If we didn't have this harness, we probably would have shipped that agent thinking it was completely fine. But because we caught it, we can confidently implement the fix. And the fix here is to add guardrails directly into the agent's system prompt. We just update the prompt to explicitly remind the agent to pay much closer attention to user constraints when it comes to tool usage. And this, right here, this is the magic moment. After updating that system prompt, we rerun the exact same evaluation harness. And, just like that, all test cases pass. The failing test case now passes because the agent correctly avoided using a tool when it was told not to. But equally as important, the other 3 test cases still passed. We proved, mathematically, that our fix actually worked without accidentally causing silent regressions somewhere else in the agent's behavior.
Section 5. The final takeaway. Trust but verify.
We've covered a ton of ground today, showing exactly how to move away from vibes-based testing. This entire system gives us a repeatable pass-fail signal that we can actually rely on. But I want to leave you with this highly provocative and I think really nuanced thought from the author to end our explainer. Quote, treat the LLM-as-Judge as a rough guide, not a source of truth. You have to remember, local LLMs, especially 4 billion parameter models, can sometimes just be wrong. They hallucinate. Therefore, always pair your LLM judge with those solid deterministic rule-based checks whenever you can. And always take the time to spot-check a few judge results by hand just to be sure. So, let me ask you, do you have a structured testing harness for your AI yet, or are you still just guessing?